Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and welcome to the final episode of my perfect playthrough of
Crash Bandicoot.
And even though we have defeated Dr. Neo Cortex last time, there are still a few more gems and a few more Platinum Relics left for us to get. Heck, we couldn't even get the last Platinum Relic in Warp Room number 5, which was Mad Bomber, so I will have to go back and take care of that level before we take on the 3 remaining secret levels in the secret warp room. Well, not secret levels, the 3 remaining levels in the secret warp room. But first, we did, just to recap, we got all 25 crystals and we got every single gem and every single platinum relic except for the one in Mad Bombers in Warp Room number 5, so all we have left to get is the Platinum Relic and Mad Bombers. This one, don't make the mistake in thinking, oh, this took like 2 tries to get this done. It actually took me several tries because... Oh, never mind, I just missed the edit there. So, it took a long time to get... quite a few tries to get the Platinum Relic for this one. I had to pause a ton because I needed to figure out what my route was. And keep in mind, to get the Platinum Relic, you have to try to shoot down these moving targets while these 2 Jeff Bombers are riding your ass all throughout this entire level. And they're moving targets, and the only way to get the Platinum Relic, or even the developer time for that matter, is to hit your target when you're super far away and the target is moving. So even though there isn't really any RNG with the planes themselves, the Jeff Bombers, so I'm just gonna call them Jeff Gunners because the big planes are the bombers. But the Jeff Gunners right here are all basically are another key contributor to why it is so difficult to platinum this level. Even though the RNG in this game is mostly fixed. I say in this level is mostly fixed. I say mostly fixed because you still have to deal with the Jeff Bombers. And yes, if you want to know, yes, most of my failed attempts were from me dying. But at least I got the Platinum Relic this time, and by a pretty comfortable margin too, so definitely some good luck. I imagine with some insane luck, I could get the Platinum Relic here. I'm sorry, not the Platinum. The developer time with a ton of luck and practice. But now we are officially done with Warp Room number 5, and we can now move on to the Secret Warp Room, our final stop before we reach 105% completion. So I'm gonna save my game real quickly up here. Yeah, I no longer need to hold on to those older save files. Oh. And I got a level with you guys. The first level I'm going to do is going to be the only one I'm going to attempt the relic and the gem in a single sitting. The other 2 levels, because you can't suicide in those levels, while getting the gems as well, I'm going to just... I'm going to complete those 2 levels, Rings of Power and Area 51 in 2 attempts. But I will try this level in 1 attempt. It's kind of interesting, of the 3 levels unique to this warp room, this is the only one where you could die that you can actually die. Well, okay, you can technically die in Rings of Power, but you cannot get the box gem and die in Rings of Power. The only way to die in Rings of Power is through the Nitro crates. Area 51 is of course a bike level, and you cannot die in the bike levels at all. In Rings of Power, but even though it's a plane level, the Jeffs that you are contending with are not going to hurt you. It will instead behave like actual racers. Well, when I say actual racers, I mean like the usual racer, the usual Jeffs that you would encounter in the bike levels. So right now I'm just gonna take my time to make sure I get every box in the game, and that explains a few things too. Because there's a bike level and the last plane level essentially behaves in a similar manner to what's going on here? Oh, I gotta edit something out here, and I'll worry about in post-production. Or about the HUD in post-production. I'll fix it. I could still fix it. So yeah, Ski Crazed basically is yet another jet ski level, which of course has some phenomenally hectic RNG that you have to contend with. That makes actually getting this box gem fairly difficult. It's not as hard as Tell No Tales, but it can cause quite a few problems. Especially if you don't know the route through this level to get the Platinum Relic. And good looking at the developer times in these. I have no idea how you're supposed to get the developer times. I watched gameplay of these levels, and I'm still amazed that anybody can beat the developer times in all of them. Even more shocking that a few people in the world have actually beaten all developer times, and of course I keep missing these boxes. Alright, I don't mind running into that bomb because I do need to burn through my Aku Aku masks. I'm not gonna do so needlessly, but I will be doing. But I'm not going to be so heavily guarded against. I need to aim for that stupid box, and I think I have to hold down. Yeah, holding down allows me to do the backflips, give me some airtime, and hit that thing. And yep, there we go. Lost my last Aku Aku mask, so I have to be careful. 4 more boxes, and then I can obtain the gem. I'm gonna be very gentle. I don't want to die here. Now I want to die. And this was such a hard one that I literally just had to not only study the times, but also the video that I was watching just to make sure, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to do all this. There is a key section. Why Ski Crazed is not harder than Tell No Tales Two reasons. Number one, you could theoretically complete this one first. But number two, there will be a section during the final stretch of this level where you can keep the time frozen permanently. If you can get to that point in under 3 seconds, you don't have to play super careful, but you are all but just careful enough, and you are all but guaranteed to get the platinum. Right now, I have not yet figured out how to keep the timers gone because I'm not, for whatever reason, I'm not moving fast enough for this. I ignore those boxes, there's no timers there. I gun for this. And that. And I'm still, yeah, I'm not gonna get the developer time at all. But we are getting there. We are about to reach that point where we can just permanently freeze the clock. At these two? And I'm not gonna lose sleep if I hit those bombs because but the idea is you're supposed to skirt past that row. I just missed the 3 box, but I'm still gonna keep going because the clock has not dissipated at all at this point. Missed the 1 box right there. See, at this point, I can't afford to lose some yellow boxes. Missed that yellow box. Don't need to carry the Aku Aku mask anymore, just cut through that bomb and there you go. The clock never let out. Once I got to that stretch of level, the clock remained permanently frozen. I suppose if you could get to that point in under 2863 seconds, you'd be in the clear as well. So now we are going to take on Area 51. Which is a bike level, and spoiler, you cannot die in this level at all. I'm just gonna skip to, I'm instead gonna focus my efforts on getting the gem on this attempt. I missed this box again. I won't attempt the Platinum Relic on my first go around here, but I'm going to prioritize getting the box gem here. So that it is possible to get the Platinum Relic, the box gem, and the race gem all at the same time in a single play session of Area 51. It is extremely hard though. And it does involve some strategies, compromising some strategies in order to get that job done. So yeah, the fact that I don't have Area 51's time's up right now should be a pretty telling red flag that I'm not gonna get the Platinum Relic here. I might get a relic, but not the Platinum Relic. Oh look how often I tried, and because I just veered a little too far, I could not hold on to that. And I took that rank when I wasn't supposed to, which again is gonna cost me the platinum. But at this point, all I care about is getting the box gem and the race gem. Actually, I don't think I even need to get the race gem, because if I get the Platinum Relic, I'm getting the race gem. But the box gem is my #1 priority now. Getting past that last UFO is a pain. It's actually the only bike level not to include any Jeffs, and is one of like 4 levels in the game. No, 6 levels in the entire game not to include a Jeff. Jeff isn't... Yeah, one of 6 levels. So I got the gold gem, the gold relic. At least that's something. I got the gold relic, but not the platinum. It does mean I will have rock times like the second times in these 2 levels. It'll be the only instance in this game where I have 2 times. But at least I got both gems out of the way. And theoretically, all I have to do is, yeah, I need to get sub minute 44:50. At least now, because I'm no longer have to worry about getting the box gem, I can just worry about getting the most ideal strats. But Area 51, I'm going to say it is probably the second hardest level in the game to get the Platinum Relic in. It is right up there with Tell No Tales. And it took me 3 hours. I had to have 2 different recording sessions just to get this Platinum Relic. This was how bad it was. See, I have to hug these corners. I have to be there and anticipate the yellow boxes whenever possible. Now, I have to take this ramp no matter what because there is a pit beyond that ramp, and there's no way to bike past it. Furthermore, there is a yellow box we could have picked up, grabs that would help freeze the time. So there's that. Same here, even though there's no yellow box there, I had to use the ramp because there's no way to cross it with the booster. Ramming into that UFO was just sort of a guarantee to happen. I almost passed the UFO, but veered a little too off course. I was able to get past that pit though. And honestly, had I not let go of the booster right there, I probably could have beaten the developer time in this level. Problem was, it was still a pretty tricky turn to make, and I had so many failures at this, and so many runs had failed when it was swerving constantly, and I can't see anything. So I wasn't really interested in taking any chances here. At this point, I was just checking to see if I could make it, and I knew I would make it. As the Platinum Relic in the books now, it took me 2 tries to get it, but I got it. It is kind of stupid though that they don't give you a chance to restart. Actually, it makes sense because I got the gold relic, but getting any sort of collectible will not allow you to restart the time trial. Well, during a time trial, will not permit you to restart the time trial. Anyways, the last level, Rings of Power, and here's the thing about this level. This is the only airplane level where the jet planes are not hostile to you. In fact, this is actually a race this time. Now, my priority here is to just try to break all the boxes and maybe finish the race in first place as well. Though that's going to happen no matter what. But my chief concern is just breaking all the boxes while going through these rings. A bit of trivia, Rings of Power gets its name not just from the titular video game released on the Sega Genesis, that also happened to be Naughty Dog's first video game. Yeah, didn't think Naughty Dog ever developed a game for the Sega Genesis? Well, they did. It's a Western-style role-playing game that was published by Electronic Arts, or EA. Its reputation's not the greatest in the world, but from what I heard, it's perfectly serviceable. Alright, at this point, I've completely missed my shot on getting the relics, so I will have to come back here later. Honestly, that's not the worst thing that could happen to me, completely missing my shot on the relic, on even the Sapphire Relic. Because, spoiler alert, as soon as you get every single relic and every single gem in the game, every single level you will be shut off from every single level until you defeat Cortex for the final time. So me just having to settle for the 2 gems here could have been worse. Note too that the percentage just kept reading 99% throughout this whole thing. Well, the true percentage will not be we are technically at 103%. The true percentage, though, will not be revealed. Just skipping ahead to the penultimate attempt. Now, the objective, if you want to get the Platinum Relic, you basically have to spin your plane through every single one of these rings and get the boosts in every ring, no matter what. If you actually make all your turns as well and cut every single corner, you could even theoretically get beat the developer time. But I'll just be happy to get the platinum. The reason you spin is because you get a much bigger speed boost spinning through these rings. But some of these rings are so tightly close together that you basically have to spin at the last possible second just to get that purple hash marks all throughout. Just checking. Skin of my teeth. I thought I missed the goal at the end, so that's why I double paused. But skin of my teeth, I got the final relic, and it's a platinum relic too. And with that, we only have 104% completion. And something you will also see is that all of the buttons to the different levels are now gone. So what's going on here? We look around, and you see how these jets are being produced in this mass-producing jet factory. They are being sent off to different worlds, and yes, they are all robots. They're basically like Crash Bandicoot little Terminators. There is one more collectible that we need to get, and you can only get from Coco Bandicoot herself. And yes, I'm just showcasing it. We no longer have access to any other level in the game. Until we defeat Dr. Neo Cortex for the final time, all these levels will be locked out from us. So anybody who's worried that, oh yeah, I didn't save my game, don't worry. I will be saving the game at the end credits. Anyways, here's the final gem and the fireworks as a reward. You only get this gem if all 30 of your relics are gold or platinum. If you have 30 relics, but you have one or two of them are sapphires, you don't get the final gem. By the way, this also includes the two secret levels, Hot Cocoa and Agapus Rex. But I just want to show it off for all to see. We've gotten every single collectible in the game, and we have 99 extra lives as well. It is time to take on Cortex one last time.
Yes, it is true. The Bandicoot has brought all of the crystals and all of the gems to me. Ultimate power is mine. The world as we know it is about to end.
So strategy is exactly the same. The only difference is from now on, the 80% cutscenes involving the introduction and the end credits will be completely different, and we will never again be able to watch the intro cutscene or the end credit or the 80% cutscenes ever again. Yeah, even Crash Bandicoot Warped has missable content, technically speaking. Which is why I decided to beat Dr. Cortex in the previous episode, as opposed to just exiting out like I'm a speedrunner. I'm not a speedrunner. Many of these Platinum Relics took hours to get. And for my money, the worst ones were Tomb Time, Hang'em High Time, I would say was also really bad. Tell No Tales, Mad Bombers, and Area 51 are, in my opinion, the 5 hardest platinums to get in the entire game. I suppose Hot Cocoa would be a contender too, if I was playing the PAL or Japanese version of the game, but can't help that the button glitch was inescapable there. So, you knock him down, and this time we do not get called back into the warp room. Instead, we fool around for a bit and we exit.
No, it cannot be. Not a prisoner of time again.
The Time Twister machine could not hold itself together. We were lucky to escape.
Give me the mask! With it I shall take over the world! Come on!
It is difficult to say what has happened to our enemies, but I doubt we will see them for a long time.
So that is Crash Bandicoot Warped for the Sony PlayStation. And by the way, the fact that there's no warp bubble sending us back to the warp room at the end is actually proof possible. It's actually proof positive as to why I said that the final battle against Cortex and Uka Uka actually takes place in the very chamber that Uka Uka was imprisoned in, the ruins that Uka Uka was imprisoned in. That was also where the time twisting machine was even located in. Oh yeah, this is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I was able to tolerate so much frustrating gameplay and so many deaths. So much failure with the Platinum Relics just to get to this point because I really do enjoy this game, and I do not know if Perfect Playthrough will continue into 2027. I don't even know if there will be anything beyond 2026 as far as this channel goes. I have to weigh my options here. So, this is the reason why I decided to cover this game. And why I'm not going to I'm not going to just stop here. Now, I do have 2 bonus episodes. The second one will just be a full-blown platinum run with no commentary. So basically, I'm just going to take all the clips from all of my successful Platinum Relic runs and just splice them all together from start to finish, but I won't be providing any commentary for these. This is just for those of you who just want to watch me absolutely conquer this game. The gem and crystals are not really... This is how I know what the developer times for all the levels in the game are, by the way. But the gems and crystals are not really things that people overly concern themselves with when it comes to this game. It is really that easy. But that is about it. The fact that we are already here says that time is about to run out here. So, look forward to my 2 bonus episodes. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so already. I greatly appreciate it. With all the way, though, this is Mike Gordon. Sign out.